The Nigerian regulations are upbeat because our economy has bounced real back. And for the very first time in 4 years, the international foreign reserve has hit 40 billion US dollars. It's never been so for the past 4 years. So we are right up there again. So we want to take full advantage of that in terms of accelerating growth of the economy, in terms of inviting foreign investors, in terms of the ideas of what the government is doing in terms of providing the enabling environment. Only very recently, Nigeria got bumped up by World Bank in the area of ease of doing business. We've never been done before for several years. So various government regulatory agencies, they are playing tremendous role, particularly central bank governor. They're doing excellently so well in this regard.
Jim, we have seen Nigeria coming out of a recession at the end of last year, and you've got a big election ahead of you come February 2019. What are the prospects in your view for the Nigerian economy?
Nigeria's economy in an election year will remain practically the same because we've had several elections for the past 20 years. It's come and well handled, well organized, well articulated, information well disseminated. Nigeria is not the kind of country people used to think 40 years ago, 50 years ago, during the military era. We are now in a full-fledged, democratically structured government processes. Election will come and go. There won't be any street fighting. It used to happen 40 years ago, 60 before I was born. But no more street fighting in elections. It comes successfully and it's done. We had successive, through political process, through democratic process, handing over from one civilian government to another civilian government. And Nigeria is probably one of the very few African countries that have done that successfully. The one for 2019 is going to be exactly that.
What are investors here at the World Economic Forum asking you? I mean, obviously, the foreign exchange crisis that Nigeria suffered recently did a lot of damage to Nigeria's international reputation. Do you believe that that has passed you now?
The issue of foreign exchange crisis in Nigeria about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, is a replay, is a phenomenon all over the world. Different emerging market world economies. It will always happen. But it's not when you fall that things go terribly wrong. How you're able to get up. That's what matters. Nigeria dropped down a little bit and also got up and we're now back running. That's most important. And now, with the price of oil between $60 and $70, hit $70 already Brent crude, and it will remain that for the next foreseeable future. I do hope it should happen that way. Plus the fact that financial system is very stable. There are no bank failures. Banks are making profit. They are doing well. It's also good for banks to make profit because it's an indication of how solid, how strong the economy is. Those are the indicators that attract foreign investors to come to Nigeria to do business. Stable foreign reserve, 40 billion US dollars. I think a lot of kudos to the central bank governor again.
We're in the third day of the World Economic Forum annual meeting here in Davos. What has been most exciting for you, and are you achieving Zenith Bank's agenda?
Definitely. What's been most exciting for me has to do with financial inclusion. For the past 3, 4, 5 years, all over the world, in various economic fora, in various discussions, inclusion had been a major topic. Because you don't want to leave out the poor, the unincluded, the unbanked, and the voiceless. We have to bring them into the fold, into the proper, well-structured digital economy. And the most important thing that Zenith Bank, together with, of course, all the Nigerian banks are doing, is digitizing the banking system. In that process, we are also indirectly digitizing the economy. It is the private sector, we who are in the private sector, that we continue to digitize our economy. And we're in the forefront of deploying the appropriate technology, the latest technology, in bringing Nigeria's economy to the digital world, information age, information technology, ICT deployment. That's what we all are doing, and that's what we continue to do to grow Nigeria's economy.